Hey Annie, just wanted to show you what my garden looked like while it was still raining out. It cleared up a little bit. I also wanted to apologize for all the sniffling and clearing of my throat I did and the filming. We are improving, so bear with me. I noticed some of my plants were much happier the day before, and other plants that are much happier today than they were the day before. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so this is from my front door. I'm the weird neighbor with the front yard garden. So I have a Jerusalem artichoke here. It's the only thing that's survived there because it doesn't get a lot of sun. And then another one here. That one seems pretty happy. Some storm damage, blowing pots around. We'll get those picked up in a minute. I've got 3 little lettuce plants here. This was a basil experiment that obviously didn't go so well. Hold on, there's a plane. Okay, so a basil experiment that obviously didn't go so well because it stayed frigid. We've got a Brussels sprout that seems really happy. Some collard greens that seem pretty happy. I am having a major battle with aphids right now. And then I've got some cilantro in here. In this bag, I've got more collard greens, some celery that is really happy, not that you can really see it through the dill, and then this extremely happy dill plant. These I'm not 100% sure. I know that there's a lot of radishes in there, but this was a microgreens thing of soil that I thought it died, and then I planted seeds in it and never got the seeds that I planted, just all the microgreens popped up. This is a very sad potato. I'm about to call my losses on that one. Let's go back in this corner. I have a Tabasco pepper plant that has been very productive. Looks like we might have a couple that need to be harvested. And then I've got a cabbage, and I think this is a potato. I'm not 100% sure. This just popped up on its own. This, however, is a potato. Oh, uh-oh. I just dropped my light. Okay. This, however, is a potato. This is a Yukon Gold potato. It is very happy where it is. And then here are the beans. I believe these are all black-eyed peas that are coming in. And then I have a bell pepper plant that has yet to produce anything for me. This is more of that same bell pepper. There's a tiny little eggplant that I thought was dead. Oh, it's got an eggplant on it. Let's see if I can get it in here. Where is it? It's right there. Little baby eggplant on there. But yeah, I thought it was dead, so I chopped it completely down, and then it grew back. And now I'm gonna have an eggplant from it. This is a cobra black pepper. That is currently my scary plant because there's a spider in there. So we're gonna leave him alone. I've got this tomato, which is, oh, this one's a volunteer, so I'm not sure what this one is. Let's go ahead and tickle those flowers real quick. And it grew up in the beets bed. So we'll be getting some lovely beets out of that bed and sunflowers. So that'll be nice. Ah, I almost died. Okay, so let's go back over here. Got this little thing of celery that needs to be transplanted out. And then another thing of celery. I'd given up on this one, so I planted this one. Now I have too much celery. This is a russet potato that is also not so happy. I planted this potato, that potato, and that potato all on the same day. I don't know what the problem is, or if they just grow different. I don't know. This is another pepper that I know it looks sad, but it's much happier than it used to be because it was extremely crowded. And then I put it in its own pot, so it's much happier. I need to get a better pot for it though. These things tend to kill most of the things I put in there. Okay, and then I've got, in this bag, I've got 2 different varieties of Swiss chard. And then I believe this is a broccoli. I planted the broccoli and the cabbage, or I transplanted them the same day and didn't label them. So we'll be surprised together. This is a zinnia that is starting to bud. And then I've got this tomato, which is going to be, I can't remember the exact name, but it's going to have bunches of little tiny tomatoes on it. And then I've got a Mexican marigold right here. And then a beefsteak tomato right here. Basil that is on its last leg. I believe that one's a broccoli. And then my little Miss Figgy tree that is going to sleep. So she's starting to turn yellow and drop all of her leaves. As you can see. She'll make great mulch though, so we'll leave the leaves to help protect her. And then this one, I know what it is. This is cabbage that I didn't have room for. So once I get another bag, I'll be able to transplant these out into a bigger area. Okay. Now this bag, this is one of my favorite bags. So we've got another tomato. This one is, if I can find the tag, a big beauty. And then I've got peas all along the outside that are extremely happy. Look at all those flowers. And then a bunch of radishes. Now I'm not sure if these are, not sure if these are the bulbing ones or the French breakfast. Because yet again, I planted those 2 varieties the same day and didn't label anything. And then I've got garlic here. I believe these are hard neck garlics, so they're kind of my experiment, but they're actually doing better than my soft neck garlic that I have in another bag. So we'll see how these turn out. So far they're turning out pretty good. This is, oh, that part scared me. This is my happy eggplant. She's got a couple eggplants. She's got this nice little one over here. Sorry guys, I will get better at filming, I promise. So she's got this nice little one over here. And then she's got another one right here. Oh, let's see if we can get her in the frame, huh? And these are supposed to be the black beauties, so they're supposed to get really big. I have not had the best luck in the garden, so this one probably won't get much bigger than this. We'll hope, though. Okay. We've got more celery. As I said, I have too much of it. And then some radishes that are getting eaten by something. Oh, there's the culprit right there. Little caterpillar. Go ahead and get rid of him. Oh, I actually need to go inside later and check the sage plant I saved from the garden and see if that's what's been, oh, there's another one, been eating up my sage. So these are also radishes, but yet again, I don't know if these are the bulbing or the French breakfast. But they're bulbing up pretty nice. All right, let's go in here. Okay, so I've got another dill plant that is currently shading out a tiny little strawberry. That was a runner from this one. This is actually 2 strawberry plants. When I bought them, I didn't realize they were 2, or I would have separated them. But one of them had a runner already, and it gave me this one and that one. So hopefully we'll have a good strawberry harvest come strawberry season. And then we've got, I can't pronounce these peppers. I know that they're hot though. So we're waiting for those to ripen. We've gotten one off this bush so far, but there's still plenty to come. So and more flowers coming in. So I'm super excited about that one. And then I've got some lettuce planted in the bottom here. It's a little droopy because it's heavy with water, but. And then this is the soft neck garlic that is kind of shaded out. There's only 3 left of the 8 that had popped up, so hopefully these 3 survive. And then I've got this cayenne pepper. We've gotten quite a few peppers off this plant in particular. This cayenne is not as happy. There's still peppers on there, and they're starting to ripen, but I don't expect that one surviving through the winter. And then 2 more radishes. I'm not sure what variety these are. They were some of the ones from the microgreens seeds. And then I've got some borage over here that is extremely shaded out. Let's see if I can get a good picture. There we go. So hopefully those will survive. Something's eating those as well though. And let's go back over here. All right, so this is either a broccoli or a cabbage. I'm not sure which. And then I've got onions planted throughout the bed. So, or throughout most of these bags, I actually have a bunch of onions planted. And then my German chamomile, which is falling over because of the rain. There we go. And then my happiest and saddest tomato. So this is the first tomato that sprouted in my garden. She's got quite a bit of fruit on her, and more flowers setting in. Problem is, this branch right here snapped in one of our really bad rainstorms, and I tried to tape it up and hope that it would fuse back together. And it has some of my biggest fruit that is looking like it's starting to blush. Hopefully it blushes before the whole branch fully dies, so I can at least get this fruit tastier than it would be if I picked it right now. But once this comes off, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the branch. This is where it broke, so I'll probably cut it right here where there's, where there's a little tiny sucker starting to grow, and let it grow a new top. But she's getting super tall. It's almost getting hard to tickle the flowers. And then I've got this bed here, which is actually my lemongrass. I have 2 lemongrass plants. I had to tie them back because they were taking over the walkway. And I've got more onions, and then some cilantro. And I think this is actually a parsnip that sprouted out of nowhere. And then I have some arugula in this bed, more onions, let's see, a baby Jerusalem artichoke, and more celery. And then the last bed on this side is my carrots, and this is either a cabbage or a broccoli. I think it's a cabbage. But my carrots, I've gotten a few. I think there was a cat in here. There's a hole. Alright, back over here for the last couple beds. This is our not so happy cayenne pepper. And then our lemongrass that is tied to the fence so we can walk. Also has onions in the bed. I know it's kind of hard to see what's going on in here. And we had a little Jerusalem artichoke start to pop up, but then it didn't do anything, so I don't know what happened there. And then this is my very sad echinacea plant. I got it not knowing what I was doing, and oh, never mind. Look at that flower. I don't know why it's on the ground. It's just growing from the ground right there. Okay, I thought I had killed it. So I'll need to come out and do some pruning, see if maybe I can get it to come back to life. Okay, that makes me feel much better. Well, I got it not knowing what I was doing. And when I deadheaded the flowers, I cut them really far back. And as you can see, the plant did not appreciate it. But that gives me hope that maybe we'll be able to bring it back. If not, I collected seeds from the flowers, so we should be able to get echinacea next year too. Okay, so this is the complete overview of my garden. I know it's a really odd angle. And then let me close my gate that's supposed to keep cats out real quick. Go around the side so you can see on the other side of this umbrella. That's the garden. It's not the prettiest. It's not the most productive, but it makes me happy. And it does give us a little bit of stuff. Hopefully more to come. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me in the garden today and going over the few things that I need to attend to. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in the garden today. Sorry, it's a little glitchy. It's my very first garden tour, and I am not used to the camera yet. But we will get there. We will get there. Hope to see you again.